Final example, example 5, find the angle theta. Well, let's set it up. So let's use the color here. And we'll use maybe red for theta. Across from it is 5.6. So sine of theta over 5.6 equals, well, let's use a different color, though 32 degrees is here. Across from it's 3.4. So sine of 32 across from it is 3.4. Notice I don't even write sine A over A anymore. I just know it's the sine of the angle and divided by the across, the side, sine of the angle and the side across. So I don't even put sine A over A and sine B over B. Now at this point I like to cross multiply, so I'm going to do it the way I prefer. So I do 3.4 sine of theta. So I just 3.4 goes in the front, and then 5.6 will go in the front and will go across here, equals 5.6 sine of 32. At this point, I want sine by itself, so I divide. I divide both sides by 3.4. I divide this side by 3.4. And then we keep going a little bit lower. I want to extend the page. Maybe I need this to extend it. I'm having trouble extending the page here, which is different, but I'll pause it and I'll come right back. I've got some more room now, so now sine of theta. So sine of theta, and I just multiply all this on a calculator. So here I go to a calculator. I do 5.6 times sine of 32, and I'll hit enter, and then I'll divide that by 3.4. So you have to figure out your calculator here, and I get 0.8728, 0.8728, 0.8728. Not the best 8. And then I go to my calculator again, and I go second sine. So here I do second sine of 0.8728, and that didn't work because I missed the point here. And I close the bracket, so 0.8728, and I get an angle of 60.8 degrees. So again, I go theta equals sine -1, 0. You don't have to write this actually. It's getting a bit messy here. You can just go right to the answer. I'm not picky if you write this line here, but I'll put it in so people know what I did. Of 0.8728. And then you get theta equaling to, let's go back there because I can't remember it, 60.8 degrees. 60.8 degrees. Now, if you're happy with this, then you can just stop the video and get to work. I might, at the end, I might just go through what you have to do, but I think it's pretty clear. So over here, let's take a look. So you got sine A over A. I don't write it. See, I didn't write it. I took a shortcut. Sine of 32 over 3.4. Doesn't matter which way you write it. Here, I put that in the calculator, the sine of 32, and I put it here. Then I crossed multiply, so 3.4 sine of 32, so that goes this way, and I multiplied these two numbers, and that's where I got the 2.96. I divided both sides by what's in front, the 3.4, and I get 0.8726, and then at the end here, so the same here and here, I get 2.8 there, but 2.6, I get 60.8 degrees, and I did that same answer, 60.8 degrees. Let's just go over what work you have to do really briefly. So here you should have written the note and copied the examples. So first, these questions here, all I want you to do, find the x and find the theta. Just practice, see if you can get it. Solve for x, just like before, remember, across. So it fools you with the extra length. You could figure out the angle and do it, but you don't need it. You got the angle across and the length, and then you got another one here. And you got a whole page to do it, lots of room. Here you have to find the angle. So you only got 2 of these. I did 2, and you got to do 2, and plus the other ones. And then you do 2 of these for practice. And at the end, we've got a sine is supported, and then you got 2 angles here, and you have to find this length and that length, the rope holding up this HT sine. And at the end are our answers down here. And that's it for that question.